Peace. This is YKIM.
And
We at the Law Library with Ty. This is Ty, TA, I'm YKIM. We're going to pick up and we're going to discuss briefly the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution. I have my book right here, and we're going to read exactly what it is, and then we'll get into what it means. So we left off at our last episode on the Fifth Amendment. So, in talking about the Sixth Amendment, what the Constitution says, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by impartial jury, meaning non-biased. We'll talk about that. Of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, aka indictment. All right. To be confronted with the witnesses against him or her, to have compulsory process for the obtaining of witnesses in his favor, aka discovery evidence, what people said, statements. There's exception to that, but we're going to just continue what it says now. And to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. That's a whole big issue. And when we talk about the assistance of counsel for his defense, most times when trials go wrong, it's based on an error committed by the court, the prosecutor, or the judge, but it's blamed on the counsel.
Anytime something go wrong, it should be blamed on the counselor.
Right.
That if you're in jail, it's the lawyer's fault.
Right.
He didn't do his job.
I agree. And the leading case on that, which is currently under attack, and we're going to talk about the nonsense the Supreme Court is doing now, but the leading case on effective assistance of counsel is Strickland versus Washington. You can find that case on Google, any law book, public library that has a law section, at 466 U.S. 668. And that case was decided in 1984. And if you live in New York, the highest case on that in New York is United States versus Brown. And that book is 623 Fed Third, meaning Federal Reporter, the third edition at page 104.
But bro, not to cut you off, why would you tell them about a New York case when you just told them about the leading case in the land?
Because some people live in New York, that's why.
It doesn't make a difference if you're in New York, Minnesota, California. Strickland versus Washington
Controls
the
Florida,
controlling
Texas,
case.
Idaho, all these other states.
It's the controlling case.
That's true.
So there's no need to tell them about Brown, because we're telling them about the top case of the land.
Okay, that's what you say.
So Strickland isn't the top case?
I already said it was.
So what is Brown?
The controlling case in New York.
Is Strickland the top case in the United States of America?
Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I said about Brown in New York is because you would argue that first. And if New York doesn't honor that, of course you're going to argue the top case in the United States. But sometimes all cases do not make it to the United States Supreme Court. And more often than not, most judges will not even recognize that, because why? They want to keep you in prison. They want to keep you in jail. If your lawyer make a mistake, such as not interviewing the witness that you have that can prove your innocence, you know, you want to argue that law first. And though, yes, my brother's right, Strickland versus Washington is the top case, but still, most attorneys in any state you go to want to argue the top case in that state, because a lot of them don't want to get involved with the United States Supreme Court.
A lot of them is never going to be involved with the United States Supreme Court.
That's why I gave
but speaking from from a defendant's point of view,
Right.
it don't make sense to argue Brown. It makes sense to argue Strickland. Strickland has been violated. Strickland deals with ineffective assistance of counsel.
That's true. That's what we're
So
talking about.
we're not going to waste time with Brown because we already know Brown was based upon a state case, right? That we're going to go straight to the top. This is what happened. I was violated by Strickland versus Washington. The U.S. Supreme Court says this is the law of the land when it deals with ineffective assistance of counsel. But there's a two-pronged test that you have to meet when you deal with
Counsel's
Strickland.
performance was deficient.
You
and
know,
what?
The two-pronged test
One is counsel's performance
right?
Yeah.
And the other one is, I'm
But-
lost here, tell me.
But for that defective performance, the outcome would have been different.
I disagree with that.
I thought you said you
I
was lost
disagree with that.
Yeah.
It deals with counsel's performance,
That's one.
and it deals with a standard that you have to meet, which I can't quote
Fell
right
below
now.
the objective standard of reasonable representation.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you. Keep on talking.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about Brown. The reason why I use Brown as New York's top case, in every state, there's been cases that have been adjudicated by the highest state court. So normally, in whatever state it is, the counsel or the defendant will argue at that level first, because very, very few cases make it to the United States Supreme Court. Strickland made it there. Chronic made it there. So that's why I said that. What do you think about that?
Hogwash.
Hogwash?
That's what I said. Hogwash. It says Strickland
Okay.
versus Washington, 466 U.S.
It's the same set I just
668,
gave.
1984 was a landmark Supreme Court
Right.
case that established the standard for determining when a criminal defendant's Sixth Amendment right to counsel is violated by that counsel's inadequate performance. That we
Deficient
did say that.
performance.
That we did say that.
What's the
right?
second problem?
Hold on. The court, in a decision by Justice O'Connor, established a two-part test for an ineffective assistance of counsel claim. Counsel's performance fell below an objective standard of reasonableness. Counsel's performance gives rise to a reasonable probability that if counsel had performed
The
adequately,
outcome would have
the
been
results would have been different. So it's a two-pronged test that you gotta meet. And that's both of them I just read,
Right.
And it's very hard to do, right? Because most criminal defendants, they believe everything their lawyers say. And there's a major thing that goes on in a courtroom that I've always been upset about. When
What's
the
that?
judge asks, do you understand?
And the
And
defendant
most,
doesn't.
and this is what the
But they
lawyer
say
do.
yes.
He tap you.
Right.
Just say yes. But if you don't understand, say, excuse me, I don't understand. I just went through that, right? 3 years or 4 years ago, right? Judge said, do you understand? And my lawyer said, just say you understand. I do not understand, Your Honor. Could you explain it to me?
Okay.
No, but you got a lawyer right there. I don't understand what he's saying. I need your understanding. Because at the end of the day, it's
You're the
only
one.
the judge's understanding that matters.
And what happened in that case?
And she took her time and she read me the law and she said, do you understand, TA? I said, well, I understand most of it except that part you said where I can get some more time. I don't understand that. You know, like, we got to be specific. I sat in a courtroom yesterday, right, and watched the hearing. And what's going on is so crazy, man. The youth acting like they thugs and gangsters in these streets is scared to open their mouths in these courtrooms. I
Question.
sat there, watched a four defendant case, right?
Yeah.
And one of them was my son, just let me say that. And it shocked me because as much as I taught him, I would have thought that he had enough sense to say something,
And it didn't happen?
and it didn't happen.
How did you feel about that?
I felt fucked up about that, man. But it wasn't just him. These people
What
are
about
talking
the other
about
three people?
locking our children up, right?
Right.
And matter of fact, they talking about locking people of color up.
So there's no age limit?
There's
So I was
no
gonna ask
age
you that.
limit,
Right.
man. But this is directed to the youth, man. This is directed to y'all, that we trying to teach y'all something that could possibly save your physical life, man. Listen to what I'm saying, man. The law creates critical and consequential thinking. If it don't mean nothing to you, it don't mean nothing to nobody else, man.
But let me ask you this. If you knew better, what would happen?
You would do better. That's our national anthem.
If you knew better, you would
that's
do
the
better.
Law Library's national anthem. If you knew better, you would do better, and that the law creates critical and consequential thinking. It's some things that's going on right now, why? That I just want to jump in and cut you off about that Sixth Amendment thing, right? But that's serious too. But in the past 24 hours, we had two major decisions come down that's going to affect us, man.
One on the Second Amendment.
Definitely the Second Amendment. And Roe versus Wade. This is to the young ladies
What is
of
Roe
the
versus
audience.
Wade?
Roe versus Wade is where a woman has a right to abort at an early age.
Abort what?
A what?
Abort what? You could have bought a job. You could have bought a plane. You
No.
What?
Come on, let's get realistic.
All right,
we ain't gonna play no type of semantics.
Need to know
we ain't gonna play no. We ain't talking to stupid people. They're not going. We are not going to play semantics, and we not playing for the camera nor the audience.
Just be clear.
That you know what I say when I talk about abort.
I do, but maybe everybody else out there don't.
They do also. But just for clarification for you,
please,
because it seems as though you need the clarification
I do.
to abort that baby.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
you know,
finally.
this is serious business, man. This serious business. That we getting ready to have a lot of Trayvon Martins around here, man.
Why is that?
Because these people have said New York is an open carry state.
And what does that have to do with Roe versus Wade?
They two different subjects, bro.
Oh, so you switch it back.
They two different subjects.
I'm just trying to follow you.
You can't?
Now that if you was talking about Roe versus Wade, now you're talking about open carry state.
So do you understand what I say when I say Trayvon Martin?
I do.
Who is Trayvon Martin?
Trayvon Martin was the young man that was killed down south. I know who it is.
And the defense was what?
It's a stand your ground defense.
And that's what's getting ready to happen in New York.
Okay.
That they getting ready to strap up, and I'm not talking about us.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about these white people right now.
Is it limited to white people?
No, it's not limited, but so many blacks have been disenfranchised that you can't apply for a gun.
If you don't have a record, no matter what color your skin is, you can
Bro,
apply for a gun.
I just said that in our last podcast when you told me that they need to apply for a weapon so that they can get in law enforcement,
and I stand on that ground.
I said, well, you can stand on that. But if you don't have a record, you need to apply for a weapon so that you can protect yourself and your family.
Regardless
we
of
are
what job
getting ready
you
to
want to
enter into the wild, wild west, man.
Right.
Believe me when I say this to y'all, man.
So you saying basically anybody without a record can apply for the gun license
if you 21,
21, and get it, purchase a weapon,
a handgun,
a weapon, go to the range and practice or not go, and then if somebody's walking behind you, you got off work at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's dark, you at the bus stop. You could just pull out and fire on them, and all you got to do is say, I was in fear for your life. That's what we heading to?
Yes, that's exactly what
y'all heard that live right here at the Law Library.
That's exactly what we heading to.
You heard that live right here at the Law Library.
It's a serious matter, man, because the targets are going to be our children.
Dark skin people.
It's going to be our children, man.
So you're saying a child might be at the bus stop at 1 o'clock that the person is scared of, but a 40-year-old, 50-year-old is not. You limiting? You putting a limit on this?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
So his name's just a child.
No, it's not a child.
Any human being.
It could be any human
Oh,
being,
okay,
but
that's
let's
not
be
bad.
straight, man. Let's be straight about this, right? We talking about our youth. That's who I'm talking about.
That's
our
what you're talking
youth,
about.
man. You know,
I'm talking
like
about general
they
population.
are the targets across America right now. You think they care about you? You're 61 years old. You
But
told
I'm
us,
still a
right?
black man.
You 61.
And I'm still a black man.
You're an
So I'm
elderly
exempt.
black man.
So I'm exempt. 2 white officers in the car is going to pull up and say, show me your ID. And if I reach for my wallet and they fear for their life, they're going to say, oh, wait, we can't shoot him because he got gray hair.
Chances is
He's
that's
over
exactly
18.
what they're going to say.
I disagree.
Chances is that's exactly.
I disagree.
When's the last 61-year-old man
I
who got
disagree.
shot?
How old was the dude in South Carolina that was running away from the police?
49 years old.
So
49 and
so
61.
he could be a target.
49 and 61. Listen
no,
to
49,
me, man.
you still a youth.
Listen to me, man.
At 49,
listen to me. I'm talking to the 13 to the 25-year-olds now. All that country shit he talking, I don't care about that. I'm talking to y'all, man. Y'all in danger, man. Wake up and
I'm
learn
saying
something.
the black man and brown man, no matter what age, is in danger. I'm not putting a limit on it.
All right, let me see. The past 3 cop killings. The 20-year-old man, I think his name was Carcel in Minnesota, right?
Okay.
Then we got another young man in California, right? He
On the
lost
bike?
his life. No, I'm not talking about the bike. He
Okay.
had a telephone in his hand.
And they said it was a weapon?
Right? He had a telephone. And then there was another case in Ohio where a black woman, 23 years old, got killed, right?
Okay.
I can't recall the last time I heard of an elderly, I can recall, and her name was Eleanor Bumpus,
That's
a
in the
grandmother,
80s, 70s.
66 years old.
Right.
About 16 years ago, they shot her with a shotgun right
The
uptown,
sergeant
right?
said
Right
she was
uptown,
reaching,
right?
yeah.
Then the cop in Minnesota, who was supposed to be the training officer,
With Breonna
she
Taylor?
said no.
Okay.
Breonna Taylor was in Kentucky.
Okay.
All right, but this was in Minnesota. She said she thought she was grabbing the taser, but she grabbed her
the
pistol
9mm.
and shot the man twice, right? So
Right.
you really got to be aware. And this ain't police bashing or none of that. This is who is killing us, man. This is who is killing us, and they blaming poor training on it. If you a cop, how you in fear of your life, and I did not make a move to do nothing to you?
But that's only for the youth, though.
Tell me. This is who I'm targeting,
Okay,
is
I
the
just
youth,
wanted to be clear.
because
All right,
they are
all
the
right.
ones who are in danger.
All right, so it's an age limit.
That
the
they
police-
got a greater chance on getting killed out there than I do.
Okay. If you believe that, that's cool.
Yeah, I believe that. You see that gray hair that's on your face?
That's going to save my life.
It possibly could.
So my gray hair, let me get this right. My gray hair overwhelms and outweighs the color of my skin.
You ever had young dudes
wait,
say
can I ask
OG? You ever had young dudes call you OG?
Every day.
Okay. That's a sign of respect that they're not going to do nothing. OG.
So the police is going to say, oh, that's an OG. We ain't going to shoot him.
Bro, I take
I'm
you
just
back
asking you a
again.
simple question, bro.
There's a great possibility, yes.
Emphatically, no.
Okay. Tell me the last 61-year-old man who got killed.
I can't. Because they don't report it.
Give me some type of
Thank you.
substance. Google it. The phone right there. Google it.
No, I'm
Stop.
not.
Listen,
I'm
man.
not. I'm
Listen
not.
to me.
I'm not.
Don't
Because
listen to me.
Gray hair.
Everything I say to you, I want you to Google it. You don't have to take my word for it. That's my brother. I love him.
Okay.
But when he say dumb shit, I'm going to correct it, man.
So let me get this right. Dumb shit is is because I got gray hair, even though I got dark skin. If I have a police encounter that does not go the right way, I don't get shot. I don't get killed.
No.
I'm immune from that.
No, you're not.
The police at the police academy train their officers. All right, class of 200 police officers. If you see a man, black man with gray hair, don't shoot him. He's not a threat to your life. You can't run that line. I was scared for my life,
bro,
because he has gray hair. Is
prove
that what
me
you're
wrong.
saying?
Prove me wrong.
Common sense.
Tell me the last 61
I don't have to tell you
or
none of that.
older.
You know why? You
or
know why?
older.
I don't have to. You know why? Because people with dark skin.
You see how I pull shit up? Look. I pulls it up, man. Because I'm not just saying something. I want you to be able to pull it up too.
So do I.
Then show me.
No, I'm not dealing with that.
Because you can't.
I have 400.
When's the last black man?
I have 400 years of slavery in America.
With that, man. Come on with that.
Shows
Stop it. Stop it.
The police back then you can't deny the slavery.
Stop. I'm not trying to deny slavery. We in the 21st century, bro.
And it's still happening.
Kids is getting killed.
They're not the only ones. They're not the only ones.
Show me when a 60-year-old man or older got killed by the police in the past. Fuck it, I'm gonna give you 20 years.
Let's do this more intelligently. Go ahead and finish. Because I disagree with
me, man.
I disagree with
me. Listen to me. I ain't with that bullshit. I'm about telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, man. My youth, 13 to 25, is in danger.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience,
danger.
If you believe that the racial discrepancies in the killings by white police, and we're not police bashing, if you think it's limited to 12, 13 years old to 25, 30 years old, let us know. Let us know. You think about it. Y'all talk about that, and you figure it out. Where
you know what?
There's an age limit on who the police kill, and now specifically in New York and California, where the Supreme Court said that you have a Second Amendment right to get a carry permit.
They said that in California.
It affects California too. The decision, yes. So, oh shit! Wait a minute. You didn't know that?
It affects every state, man.
I'm talking about what they talked about specifically. That's fine. The Second Amendment does affect every state. The Supreme Court decision that they just handed down does affect every state. But I chose to say California. Now, if you want to sit here and argue about that, you'll do it by yourself. But my point is, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I want y'all to discuss this. Bring your children to the dining room table, living room table, front step, the porch, the backyard, wherever y'all want to barbecue, and talk about it. And say, on the one hand, any police killings of dark, black, and people of color is limited to an age group. And on the other hand, the controversy is, can anybody that's black, dark, or people of color be killed, regardless of age?
Now, just let me say this to y'all, because I'm just not talking about police. I started this conversation with these white people are going to get these gun license. I did not say law enforcement. I said white people. And that they're going, I said it's going to be some more Trayvon Martins. It's going to be some more.
Who killed Trayvon
It's going,
Martin?
please, bro. It's going to be some more Trayvon Martins. Because you got people who carrying guns now who going to say, I feared for my life and I shot this black kid. They ain't gonna walk, these people I'm talking about, they're not going to walk down the block. Oh, that's a
white boy?
That's an old man. You know. They ain't worried about the old man. They worried about the youth because of the violence that's going on in America, and you have to take heed to what the news is portraying. They portraying that our youth are out of control. So they automatically afraid, man. You know, this ain't just to law enforcement. You know?
The regular, ordinary Joe citizen going to be able to carry a gun.
That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says.
All right. So an individual that's whatever nationality, whatever skin color, that has now obtained a permit to carry a concealed weapon, and specifically in New York, they're going to say, oh, he got gray hair, I'm not scared of him.
It's a great possibility, yes.
Oh, possible. So it's still a possibility my ass could get shot with my gray hair.
Look,
Make up
he
your mind.
likes to laugh.
Man,
I'm
no,
dead
this is
serious
okay?
about what I say to y'all.
Well, you limited.
Ain't shit funny.
You limited to people.
Ain't shit funny.
What?
I'm dead serious, man.
I hear you.
This is about
I
the
feel
youth.
you.
The purpose of this show, the Law Library,
not based
is
just on
to
the
teach you something.
Who?
Is to teach you something.
So there's a
I'm not
age
talking
limited?
to you.
All right, I ain't talking to you no
It's
more.
to
Either.
teach you
It's my
something,
brother.
man. You can laugh and joke all you want, man.
It is a
I'm
serious
trying to
matter.
save your life, man.
Right.
I'm trying to save your life.
So those out there,
I ain't gonna be here as long as you can be here. I've been to 25 funerals. The oldest person was 25 years old. This is serious business, man. I'm not gonna laugh on here or none of that. I'm gonna teach you something that could save your life. I'm talking to my nieces, my nephews, my children's friends, my children's grand friends. I'm talking to y'all. And you ain't gonna see me laugh about this because I'm dead serious about it.
Can I say something now?
You can always say something.
All right. So, what is it that you was going to say about Roe versus Wade?
I was going to tell the young ladies, not just in New York, but around the country,
Right.
there's certain things called protection states where you can still get
Go
an
and get
abortion. You know, I don't know all the states right now, but I do know that New York is one, New Jersey is one, I believe Delaware was one, but don't quote me on it because you can look it up. Just Google, what are the protection states to Roe versus Wade? But it's a serious matter. You know, for those who don't know, back when women wanted to get an abortion in the 60s and the early 70s, they went to people who stuck hangers in them, got them to drink poison, all type of stuff, man.
Right.
You know, that you don't have to do none of that. Go to one of the protection states, man. That you still can get an abortion if you choose that's what you want.
Did that decision determine whether any issue of residency applied? Did you have to live in that state?
I really don't know because I haven't read the whole decision yet. Just like I haven't read the 136 pages on the Second Amendment.
Wow.
You know, it's 136 pages long, which I will read because I want to share that with y'all next Friday on the Law Library. Matter of fact, I'm going to read both these decisions before next Friday so I can share them with you.
Right.
You know. Go ahead.
All right, how you feeling now?
I feel great, man. I came in here full of energy, man.
Yeah, I see that.
I came in here full of energy, right? But you, my brother, I love you. You got your opinion, and I got mine, right?
Right.
But I'm passionate about this, man.
Well, I see
I'm passionate about it,
passion
right?
oozes out of you.
Because it saved my life,
Okay.
and it has saved several other people's lives that I know.
Okay.
And the same way we said to you that we got a brother who's in jail. He got 45 years in jail. I got another brother got 37 years in jail. I grew up with these dudes. I look up to them. I wish they could come home. I wish they could get out.
Right.
You know? And believe me when I tell you this, just because you know the law don't mean you gonna get no reversal, man.
What is a
does
reversal?
not mean that, man.
Could you explain what a
You know.
reversal is?
Like, yo, man, it's dudes that I'd rather a dude fight every day of a 25-year sentence than go outside and play some basketball or lift some weights.
I agree with that too. Because that's what
You
got
know.
me into the law library. I was like, yo, y'all sitting in the day room watching BET, popping your fingers. Ain't no chicks in here. Like, you're not interested in going home. Your parents is dying. You're not going to funerals. You know, if you don't have an interest in you getting out, then I sure don't.
You know what I always say? Nobody should have a greater incentive than the person who's locked up, man. Because if it don't mean nothing to you, it damn sure don't mean nothing to me, man.
Right.
You know, that's just real talk, man.
Okay.
You know, this is the Law Librarian. I'm going to take a break real quick if it's all right with my producer, Polo. That's my producer, Polo. I appreciate you. Plus,
hold on. You ain't even check with me.
Hold on. No. Plus, I want to give a shout out to Anna and Juju for inviting me on their show last night. I had
beautiful.
A great time,
Me too.
man. I look forward to getting back on the show. Be back in 1 minute. Peace. This TA and YKIM, and we at the Law Library.
Peace. This is YKIM of the TA and YKIM Law Library. So we want to pick back up real briefly on the Sixth Amendment. We started talking about the Sixth Amendment, and then we got off to what's going on in the entire country in America, which is the overturning by the United States Supreme Court of Roe versus Wade, and passage of a new view by Justice, what's his name, Thomas,
But, yeah,
on the Second Amendment.
I dislike him, bro. I dislike
I don't even know him, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
So
You don't know?
I don't like his opinions. And the last opinion he just wrote was that the Second Amendment has been misinterpreted for all these years, and that now, according to him, in his majority opinion in writing, he wrote the decision, is that citizens of the United States, if they qualify in a certain category, can have a license to carry arms, concealed arms. This is not like Georgia or down south where the weapon is open, where if you start talking garbage, I'm not going to say the stuff we flush down the toilet, which begins with an S. Oh, wait, they call it sugar honey iced tea. So what he's saying now is the Second Amendment allows y'all, and not me because I'm a convicted felon, and not my brother because he's a convicted felon, but to carry a concealed weapon. So that means to me, anybody who has the proper documentation, if they fear for their life, it's going to be a one-way shootout. We talked about that, but I want to revert back to the Sixth Amendment, which is where we left off at. So the other part of the Sixth Amendment is that a defendant has the right to compulsory right, meaning we demand the discovery. That means the proof and the documentation to confront the witness who made that statement against him. We talked about the right to counsel, which is included in the Sixth Amendment. So we gave you United States Supreme Court cases. The leading one so far is Strickland versus Washington. You can find it on Google or any other page at 466 U.S. 668. And that was decided in 1984. But now, here's the other part of that. It says, have a compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor. Now, mind you, counsel has an obligation. If you say, yo, I didn't commit this crime, and Joe Blow and Mary Jane can prove it, the counsel is supposed to get his investigator to go out and getting that witness. But they don't normally do that. Have you ever heard that often?
No. No.
Right. So they don't really do that, and that goes back to Strickland versus Washington, where counsel was defective in his performance. Part of his performance is, I got an investigator. My client said Joe Blow and Mary Jane was in front of American Linden Boulevard, Bushwick Avenue, University Avenue, or wherever you at. That person seen what really happened. Go get their statement. Normally, they don't do that. So what happens is the defendant, the criminal defendant, is forced to plead guilty. Now, my brother was talking about whether or not the person understands the rights that he's waiving when he pleads guilty if he does not go to trial. What do you think about that?
I think a lot about it, man.
Tell me some
And
of it.
I kind of disagree with something you say,
Which
right?
part?
Listen, man.
I'm listening.
If you're locked up, if you got a case,
Right.
you have to lead the lawyer into what you're saying, right? Listen to me. Lawyers, they take your money and they gone. You in jail, they gone. You have to direct the lawyer. Yo, I need you to do this. I need you to find out. Same thing you said. Would that investigate?
Wait a minute.
I
But
need
once
you.
they find out that you know all that,
Huh?
once they find out that you know all that, then they be like, wait a minute, this guy is not stupid. He knows the law.
That's true.
Yeah, because they don't tell you nothing. They just want to let you know what they want you to do when we get in this courtroom.
This
Which is
is
plead
what
guilty.
they want you to know.
In New
Is,
York.
do you have any money?
Right.
Do you
Or
have
they get
any
you
money?
Before they get you in the courtroom, they prompt you. They be like, this is what we're going to do when we get in the courtroom. Then when the judge says, do you understand? You say yes, but you don't understand nothing.
You don't
You don't
understand nothing.
Nothing he said.
And that's my
You
niece
don't
talking,
understand
y'all.
nothing the judge said, but you're going to say, agree with the lawyer and say, you understand. Why?
Yeah.
If you don't understand, say you don't understand.
Because if you knew better, you
You
would do better, right? And these people, look, man, that we hustle for lawyers. That's who make the money. The lawyers make the money. Let's be real about this.
We got it.
You know, you got dudes, oh man, I gave my lawyer $20,000,
And still get 10, 15 years.
but you
in
went
prison.
to jail.
That happened to me.
For
You
20
ain't did
years.
shit.
Look,
Right.
You ain't did shit.
1,000 for each year.
You
went
ain't
to jail.
did nothing, man. Look, the things that we're teaching y'all, from my niece's mouth, from YKIM's mouth, from my mouth, question shit, man.
Question shit like what?
Know your rights and question this, man.
Well, if you tune into the law library at the studio with Polo,
That you will learn
you would
something.
get it.
That you will learn
Because
something,
if you
yes.
knew better, what?
You would do better.
Right.
Hey, bro,
Yo,
listen to me, man.
I am.
I've helped a lot of people. You have helped a lot of people. This ain't about bragging. This is about teaching. That's what we want to do. We want to teach the youth, especially the youth, regardless to what you say. Because I really don't care about a 61-year-old man, right?
I do.
Okay, well, that's cool. But I
Because it
care,
could be me. That's
but
why.
I care
I thought
about
you was 27.
13, 14-year-old.
I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini.
No,
so,
stop,
yeah.
stop. The first kid I ever heard about getting killed happened on April 4th, 1993. His name is Clifford Glover.
I remember Cliff Club because we tore South Jamaica up.
His name was Clifford Glover, man.
And what was the excuse then?
You know,
He had a shiny object.
he had a Three Musketeer bar in
I
his
thought it was a
hand,
soda bottle.
and they shot him in the back.
Oh,
A cop
right.
by
That's
the
true.
name of
Thomas
Thomas
Shea.
O'Shea.
Right. It's Thomas
He shot him
O'Shea.
in the back.
It's
Thomas O'Shea. Or it could be Thomas Shea.
It's,
He got 5 years probation.
for the life of a black child.
You know.
But I got a question for you now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to have the entire PBA, Police Benevolent Association.
I don't give a fuck about the Police Benevolent Association.
I do. But
I don't give a fuck about Patrick Lynch. I care about my people, man.
Can I say something now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is the O'Shea that's the head of the PBA now related?
His name is Patrick Lynch.
No, I mean, okay. So there's a person has the same last name as Shea. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because how it relates to our people of color, and not getting off the subject, is that O'Shea is the head of something in the
He
NYPD.
was the police commissioner
Is he
of
still
New
in?
York. No, he's
He
not.
stepped down.
But was he related to Thomas O'Shea?
That I really don't know.
Is that a coincidence or similarity?
I really don't know.
All right. Just think about that. Y'all do
I
your
really
research.
don't know.
All right. So, the Sixth Amendment requires that you have the right to confront your accusers.
So just let me ask you this.
Go.
If they got a statement from somebody, right? Can they use that statement against you at trial?
It depends. On the one hand, and this is a part of the Sixth Amendment, you have the right to confront your accusers. Now, if the accuser is not available and they have the statement, a statement made in the DD file, FBI, they use that on me. An FBI statement, and you don't get the chance to cross-examine the person that made the statement, the right to confront your accuser, which is embodied in the
Which case is that?
It's the United States Constitution.
What case is that?
Crawford is one.
What case is that?
Do I need to pull it all out?
What case?
I'm asking you a question. Crawford.
Crawford who?
I don't know.
Crawford versus Washington.
So you knew it already.
That you, of course I knew it.
Okay.
Of course
well, you know
I knew
I'm
it.
just the writer.
But I need you to tell them what it
you
is.
tell them because I didn't know it.
Crawford versus Washington state
What's that?
that you cannot cross-examine a piece of paper,
Right.
a prior statement, and this is what happened.
So we're on the same
And
page.
Crawford, the dude stabbed his wife. She called the police. She made all these statements against him, but she refused to testify against him, right? But they went on and they introduced the statement she made. The United States Supreme Court said that it's inadmissible. You cannot cross-examine a piece of paper. Crawford got released. That's the end result.
Thank you.
Right? And this is what I need to you. Yo, I just sat in Queens Supreme Court yesterday on 6/23/2022. And I watched so many kids go before judges.
You said that earlier.
And I watched, and I'm going to say it again because it's important.
What do it?
And I watched my son and his cousin and 2 of his friends. And they sat there and just let these people say anything. Nobody jumped up and said, he's lying, right? We was raised different because I would say right in the courtroom, not loud, not in a loud statement,
excuse me,
but
sir.
loud enough for everybody to hear it. He's lying, man. He's lying, right? And my son really need to be thankful because the judge is so smart.
He knew
The
bullshit.
judge asked the
District
DA
attorney. Yeah.
about the weed law. So if this law was in effect when they got arrested, what do you think I should do? And the DA fumbled with it and said this. Judge said, Do you think I'm naive?
Excuse me. When you said if this law is in effect, does that mean that his decision might have been based on what's called retroactivity?
Her decision is going to be based on what is retroactivity.
Could you please explain to the family, the people, what is retroactivity?
I'm going to let you take that.
Retroactivity means that you go back then for now. If we pass it now, who does it affect then?
Back then.
Who does it affect then? Meaning that, so now you're trying to tell me, and it's all about avoiding bias. Meaning the people right now going forward get a benefit, but the people that did the same exact thing going back before the law changed don't get it. And that's called discrimination. So the law is supposed to be fair. That's what the scales of justice is. So in short and summary, retroactivity means you have to apply the law that is now to back then.
That's what retroactivity means.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
I thought
But there's a
thank
case
you.
called Teague versus Lang,
Teague versus
1983.
Lang, Supreme Court case.
1983, right?
Yes.
And most cases I talk about is going to be Supreme Court, right?
Okay.
Because it's the law of the land, right?
Not always applicable though. But go ahead. They deny people every day of it. Teague versus Lang is a Supreme Court case that does deal with retroactivity. And the only reason why I know that is because when I filed 2255, 2254, 2255 is federal law, 2254 is state law, is that I need that application to be applied to this case now.
So let me ask you something.
If I know
so
the answer, I'll
if
tell you.
I was to say I'm filing a 2241, what would you say?
I would say, okay, what's the grounds?
What is a 2241?
2241 is a state federal hate. Meaning
State,
it came.
Stop. It's either state or it's federal.
That's not the only way.
A 2241C deals,
Oh, you didn't say C.
deals with strictly a state issue.
And what court though? Can
In
you
the
file a
state
2240? That's
You cannot file a 2241 in a federal court.
I beg to differ.
Show it to me.
Once you exhaust,
Show it to me.
yo,
Show it to me.
lower your voice.
I wish the fuck I would, man.
All right, see, you going.
You
off
giving
track.
out bad information
Wrong.
again.
Wrong.
Show it to me then, bro.
If you exhaust your remedies in the state court and they didn't give you the relief you want, you could go to federal court on it.
Show it to me.
Pull it up.
You pull it up.
No, you brought
That
it up.
you said it.
I did. And I
Show
stand
me.
by it.
Show me.
If you lose
That's
the
what
state-
they want.
If
That's what they want. You always talking about your audience,
Don't touch
right?
me. Don't
You
touch me.
always talking about your audience, right? Show your audience, man. Show them.
Let me see.
Yeah, I got time. I definitely got some time.
Yeah, you've been getting time
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah. Show me, man. Show me, man. Hey, listen. I'm not always right. I can be wrong, but what I always say, show it to me. Show it to me.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm holding on. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, TA.
Hey.
Hey, YKIM.
Hey,
Hold it up. Hold it up. Get it on the line.
2241 code. 28, excuse me, 28.
No, that's federal.
We are talking about 2241. You said show it to
2241.
C.
Okay, you're going to have to be
Did you
quiet.
say
right?
C? Get it right. What
All
you
right,
say?
come on.
28 USC code 2241 power to grant writ. Writ of habeas corpus.
For a
Maybe.
Okay, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Audience, I'm sorry. You know.
Writ of habeas corpus may be granted by the Supreme Court, any justice thereof, the district courts, and any circuit judge within the respective jurisdiction. So I need to just be clear.
No, read it. Read it.
Yo, calm down,
Let
calm
me
down.
see
Don't
it.
touch
Could
my
I see
phone.
it?
No.
Oh, you don't want to show
No,
me?
because you said you already know, and I was wrong. It's a state court. It's a state court.
You're definitely wrong. You're definitely wrong.
Be quiet.
Read it. Read it.
Be quiet for 1 minute. If
No,
you could
I
just
can't.
hold on.
I can't when you give out bad information.
Okay. Any justice thereof, the district courts within any circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is that all it says?
no, it's not.
Okay,
But
well, could you read it?
This don't work.
Could
This
you
is not.
read
This
it?
is not going to work.
It's going to work.
I'm not going to read it and explain it at the pace you want.
Why you're not going
Because
to
I
read
want to explain it to my audience.
Oh, the bits and pieces you want?
No, I read the whole. Habeas corpus, writ of habeas corpus may be granted by the Supreme Court. Oh, I think we had the discussion the other day. What Supreme Court? That's the Supreme Court of the United States. It's the Supreme Court of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no Queens County Supreme Court. Like it's no Supreme Court in Idaho.
That's
like
what
it's
you're
no.
talking about? Could you read that to me? I see you skipping sections.
I'm going to see what you want.
I see you skipping.
I'm skipping to where you want it.
Okay, tell
Say
me.
something else, I'm going to poke you right in the eye.
You ain't gonna poke me.
All right.
Don't worry.
The writ of habeas corpus shall not extend to a prisoner unless he is in custody under or by color of the authority of the United States. But wait. Custody of the United States? Or is it the state?
No, that's what he was saying. That it was a federal law you was talking about. He
The
talking about
United States is the federal law.
Right, that's what he's saying. You was
He
talking
did not
about
say
federal
that.
law and he was talking about
And he
state.
said it wasn't what I was talking about.
22.
So now,
41.
He's in custody. He
deals with a state prisoner.
that didn't get relief in the state courts and now moved to a federal court.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, you're excused.
Excuse me.
All right, he's in custody in violation of the Constitution or laws or treaties of the United States. All right?
I ask you to go back and read that part about the state.
Listen, where an application for a writ of habeas corpus is made by a person in custody under the judgment and sentence of a state court, right? Of which a state contains 2 or more federal jurisdiction districts. So basically, and here's what I keep talking about. Federal jurisdiction. So when you get the end of your rope in the state court, you can go to the federal courts. That's my point. What you don't get.
The state court?
If you, I'll repeat it again.
Hold up.
I know you.
The state court? Did he just say the state court?
If you don't get the relief in
From
the
a
state court,
state court.
you can go to the federal courts.
Oh my
Yes.
God. I can't believe you said that.
Why not? It's the truth. It's the statute. I didn't say this. The Congress said that.
Is that what I said?
You said it didn't apply in the state. That's what you said. Now, wait.
my
We in
God.
what year? 2022? Rewind. I do this every day. 2241. I'm going to the feds when the state won't give me what I want.
When the state won't give you?
Yes, that is the
Didn't I
statute.
say this applies to the state?
Yeah, you said that.
Okay, so
But you
now,
limited it.
hold on,
You
hold
limited
on,
it.
hold on, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. My
That's
brother-
it for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, man. I'll be back next week, Friday, 11 to 1. I'm sorry I was late tonight. Traffic was crazy.
Keep the
Guess
cameras
what?
rolling. Please
Next
keep the
week,
cameras rolling.
I'm going to have something for y'all
On what?
dealing on the Second Amendment
Right.
and Roe versus Wade. I'm going to read the whole decision all 136 pages of the Second Amendment.
I hope y'all can be patient and allow him to
look,
read that.
You don't have to take our word for nothing.
You can look it up.
Google it, man. If
Google
you knew better,
you
would
do
do
better.
better. I thank y'all for tuning in.
This is the Law Library
Peace.
with Ty, TA and YKIM.